realize that this trip is not what they signed up for, and they end up in the middle of a drug smuggling operation. And it becomes very intense, very fast, and they end up in a very dangerous situation and fighting for their lives, basically. So yeah, it's pretty scary.
Anthony, which aspect of the show really got you excited about being part of the cast?
The story of this thing, my biggest thing with films is I love true crime. I love kind of stories that may not be 100% accurate, but at least inspired by a true event that we can take from it and do our own kind of spin with it, which I loved to do to begin with. So that was definitely big for me.
Jasmine, did you base your characterization on any influencers that you're familiar with?
No, I didn't necessarily base her off anyone. She starts off the film a bit more reserved and a bit more naive and a little bit shy. You know, she kind of becomes an influencer midway through the movie, like when she starts kind of looking up to Chloe and getting taken under her wing. So she kind of starts off very blindly into this whole world. She doesn't really know how to really do this, and Chloe kind of teaches her. So I didn't really base her off anyone in specific.
Now, this was filmed in two very extreme locations, Cancun versus Montreal. What did you like best about each filming location?
Oh man. Well, just being in Mexico is beautiful. Like, everything that you can see out there and the experience that you have, the people that we got to meet and work with was gorgeous. That's for sure. But Montreal was like definitely another extreme, going from 30-degree weather, plus 30-degree weather, to minus 30 degrees, just like that. So kind of had to adapt it and get used to that.
Yeah. It was Mexico was beautiful. And we also had, I think one of my favorite parts was we had such a great crew there. Like, we became very, very good friends with everyone there working on it. And they were all locals. So it was, that was really, really special to me. And Montreal, when I think of filming there, I think of the cold. It was very cold. But it was, a lot of fun. Like, I've been to Montreal a few times and I love it. It's such a great city.
Did you get any downtime in either location?
A little bit. Like, it was not too much, but we had a couple of days off in Mexico. Like, me and him like explored the city and like went to the beach and did stuff like that. Like, we were lucky enough that we were filming was like a hotel right on the beach. So every morning when we'd wake up, you know, the sunrise on the beach, it was really, really special. And Montreal, not really. Like, when we came to Montreal, it was during January, so everything was closed. Like, you couldn't go anywhere. Like, you could only like pick up food and stuff. But I went to Old Montreal one day and that was nice. So, yeah.
I feel like too, when you're working in a place as beautiful as that, every day is just a vacation, looking at everything. It's gorgeous to be there. And the people were so kind that it was just, we're doing our thing and just having fun doing it.
Yeah.
Anthony, how does this role compare to past roles that you've played?
There's definitely a lot more intense, more of an intense role than I've usually done. Like, I've done characters before that are kind of in that whole drug lifestyle, like crime stuff, but this was definitely a lot more darker and it took a lot more out of me. Like, there was some stuff in there that I really had to go to a different place to get to, just because I've never experienced anything like it before, and just to find something that I can substitute in order to feel that for one of our scenes was very intense and not something I'd love to go back to often.
Jasmine, same question. Compare this role to past roles.
Yeah, I think with Melanie, she's, like I said, she's very sweet and very kind and innocent. I think that was like the big thing of hers, that she's very innocent and inexperienced. I never really played something like that. And I think that, you know, throughout the film, she definitely gets stronger and she gets more confident and really finds herself. But I think especially at the beginning, it was interesting playing someone who's, you know, a bit naive and doe-eyed to all that's going on around her and kind of goes into something so blindly. But yeah.
Now, is there a type of role that you haven't played yet that you'd like to play in the future?
I mean, I'm down for anything. Like, I'll play anything, but I don't know. I love horror movies. Like I love horror movies. I'm a big fan. I've always, since I was young, I've always wanted to be in a horror movie. That's definitely on my list. Like I'd love to in any kind of role, like a demon or someone getting haunted or something. Like I love that stuff. So that's definitely on like my bucket list.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, one of my biggest ones for sure would probably be a military film. Like I really love those kind of films and the intensity that you go into that. So just kind of doing something in the army would be awesome. It's very different from what I've usually done. So.
And final question, can you name one thing that people would be surprised to know about you?
Oh, you first.
You can go first.
Surprised to know about me.
Like a
You know
hobby?
what? I'll throw this out there because looking at me, you probably would never guess it in your life. I love, big fan of those Harry Potter films. Growing up, I love those things.
You wouldn't know that.
No, that's not my vibe. Like people are like, you like Harry Potter? I'm like, "No, that's me."
Who doesn't like Harry Potter?
You never know. Never know.
Um,
Answer the question.
I think someone doesn't know about me. I used to do musical theater. I'm a big musical theater nerd, actually. I love musical theater. I love Broadway, and I don't think many people know that. I love watching shows on Broadway, and always had like a tiny dream of being in one. So yeah,
Broadway.
you know, never say never.
Which musical would you most like to be in?
I really like Wicked. I love Wicked, and like Mamma Mia. Yeah, those are like my two favorites.
Yeah, great choices.
Yeah.
I want to thank you both for talking to me today about Sugar, and I can't wait for it to debut on Prime Video.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, or if you're returning and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, tap it now, plus the notification bell in the right-hand corner so that you make sure you don't miss out on any new celebrity interviews. While you're at it, hit the like button and tell me below in the comments, who's your favorite star? Who would you like to see me interview next? I'd love to hear from you.